I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spent cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spent cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spent cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spent cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for.
What it do? It's your boy, Dragon Ball Art 92. And I'm back with another BAM reaction video. And we back on our Unreal and Gaming hype, y'all. Yes. Remember the last episode we did by Unreal and Gaming, Goku was taken to the Angel Realm by Whis to train.
Are you serious?
And he was fighting those 3 Angel rookies, which was actually giving them a little exercise, but he was manhandling them per se. And then Angel Evalco came through. Now, the episode we're doing today is Angel Goku versus Evalco and Whis.
Bruh.
How Goku go do against a double team? You feel me? But before we get to the content today, you guys, make sure you hit that good like button for your boy, so that way we can trigger YouTube algorithm. That way we can be seen by a broader audience. Also, if you're new here, I want to sincerely thank you for coming by and enjoying content with us today. Here at Dragon Ball Art 92, we do reaction videos. Dragon Ball everything, reaction videos. So if you're a Dragon Ball fan and you like what you see today, make sure you hit that subscribe button and become a part of the Dragon Ball Art family. Now that we got all that good stuff out the way, you know what it is. Let's get to the content.
As our story now continues, following the initial training session involving Goku alongside Evalco, Whis, Merlix, Cabix, and Henix within the Angel Realm, as Goku is now quickly shown in jumping from his Primal Ultra Instinct form directly into his Angel form by blowing all 3 rookies away, it was due to the reigniting efforts by Goku in having to jump once again back into his angelic form, as Whis and Evalco went on to quickly observe this.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Goku having an Angel form is pretty dope, bro. You know, and he can actually take that pretty far, but him jumping past barriers and actually having a form like this is kind of I ain't gonna lie, it's unrealistic in the main series.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Right? Because I don't think they go allow Goku to get stronger than Beerus even. You know, and if that's the case, it probably happened all the way at the end of the series or something. But in my eyes, this whole idea is super dope, you know. And Goku taking it that far, man, you just never know how far he really can take it. You feel me? But the way and his style of fighting, like with this form right here, with the Angel form, he's more precise, calm, and comfortable. So he moves like it's just natural to him. And I think that's the Ultra Instinct in the whole Angel form. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back to it, though.
For attacking was when Whis went on to then quickly respond. Well, that didn't appear to go and take very long in order for Goku to find his way back and wielding his angelic form in battle once again. But while I ask for you to momentarily restrain yourself from immediately going and jumping back into engaging against Goku for a few seconds longer, Whis continues, I will go and attempt to hereby flank him from behind just so that it can be long enough in order to garner Goku's full and undivided attention. And once I do, then that is when you will go and make your move here against him, Evalco, as we are to go and keep as much pressure on his angelic prowess as possible without having to overcommit, as we will go and use this method of approach as a means of having to go and drop him out of this state just as we once did, but only when I go and give you the explicit go-ahead to do so, with Evalco responding, very well, but then you are to go and maintain your aggression here against him at all times, for this is not a moment for haste, Whis, especially when knowing that this mortal warrior isn't unlike anyone or anything that I've ever encountered with such power like this before. But this isn't
for Evalco to say that, knowing that he travels through dimensions training angels and different warriors, you know, to reach certain heights. He even trained Beast Gohan to get his new form. You know, I don't want to butcher it yet because I totally forgot to slip my mind what the name of it was, but He even trained Beerus and Gohan. So for him to say that about Goku shows you how strong this version of Goku got. Because that other version of Goku is weaker than Gohan, Broly, and Beerus. But let's get back to it.
Going to take any longer than how it was shown and had to just be when dropping him out of his angelic form the first time around. And so if this is what you wish to go and choose to do in order for to go and better gauge this student of yours, Evalco continues, then it's better that you go and try your best to do what you can in order to keep up with me, little brother. To which it was only as Henix was shown in having to ricochet his way across the ring before having to be shown maintaining his balance was when Henix went on to then quickly respond, "What is with this guy? As if dealing with that so-called primal level of power of his wasn't already difficult enough. Now he's back into using that ridiculously powerful angel form of his, as I painfully have to go and admit by judging how this is currently going," Henix continues. "There is no way that either one of the three of us between myself, Merlix, and Kavix are going to measure up in conjuring the necessary strength that is needed to go and bring this Saiyan down if it isn't already going to come from the hands of either Whis or Evalco themselves in getting the job done by the end of this, because he is simply far too gifted of a fighter in having either one of us go and stop him, and it boggles my mind as to why that is," Henix continues, "for he is capable of both overwhelming and outperforming even the strongest among our angelic rookies with such natural talent, and because of his difficult but yet experienced nature," Henix continues, "especially after being trained by our older brother Whis, never before have I ever felt this level of nervousness gripping me when confronting an opponent."
You know what? This actually makes me think about how strong is the Grand Priest in real life, though.
Wait a minute.
You know, I wonder if they're going to even explore that to give us an idea of how strong not just the Grand Priest, but Beerus or Whis or any of the other angels or gods of destruction. You know, I definitely want them to explore more into that, you know, actually see them in a real battle so we can measure their strength to see if Goku and them is even getting close to their level.
Good job, my brother. We rocking with you.
You know, because in the main series, Goku still hasn't truly mastered Ultra Instinct because right now he's training to do it in his base form and all his other forms. So it is more of a technique rather than a transformation. I think mastered Ultra Instinct is a state of mind, and that state of mind transforms the body. So I don't think it's necessarily a transformation, as we would say.
You serious?
But you know, I'm getting from the whole topic, bruh. I'm just saying, I just really want to know how strong these gods and angels are in real life, though. But let's get back to it.
Opponent like Goku, Henix continues, but I am confident that I can go and endure far more even if he is to go and break me, as I am to go and test and seeing as to just how far I am able to go and push myself against the likes of Saiyan before both Whis and Evalco are to go and intervene to face him directly, just as they're seemingly looking like they're about to go and do. But fine then, because if this is going to be on how things are going to go from here onwards, then we might as well go and give it our all in hopes of seeing on if it'll get the Saiyan to finally buckle, Henix says. But unfortunately for Henix, despite with Henix attempting to attack Angel Goku once again, with Goku being shown having to avoid Henix's attack, was when Goku went on to then quickly respond. Now, as much as I would love to go and enjoy these precious moments by going and engaging myself here against the three of you, it would be better for you and your group of angelic rookies to go and observe from the sidelines, because there isn't anything that the three of you will be able to go and do that will distract me from what it is that I need to. But then, it was only during this momentary distraction, as Whis had gone as far as to make his way in by attacking Goku from behind, was when Whis went on to then quickly respond, "You were warned that this was bound to go and happen the second that you had stepped back into wielding that angelic form of yours, Goku. However, I do want to say for you to go and try to maintain your focus in not letting your frustrations begin to go and get the..."
Whis got him really good, and he did it. Did you notice how as soon as Henix tried to attack Goku, that Whis was right behind him? Whis was waiting for that right moment, that precise moment to catch him off guard.
You're goddamn right.
And it's basically showing Goku his blind spots, so that way he could pay more attention to his surroundings at all time. Because Goku will get into a point where when he's fighting, he just get to talking to you, and won't pay no attention to nothing else because he's so cocky or confident, that's a blind spot and a weakness for him, because that's when you attack him.
And his chin served on a platter for that.
But let's get back to it.
Better if your judgment, Whis continues, because there is much more for you to go and learn, because taking your eyes off of all of your opponents was your first mistake, Goku. To which it was only seconds after the fact, with Evalco being shown having to make his way back in before being shown and having to Goku right back down to the ground, was when Evalco then went on to quickly respond, "Your movements are becoming as sloppy as they are predictable, Saiyan, for you are to go and fix that hesitation within your pivot, or I am going to knock you back out again, Goku." As it is as plain as the eye can see, the hesitation within your micro adjustments, and because you lack the necessary experience to maintain such perfect angelic agility, prove to me within this very moment that you have what it takes to go and maintain the sacred standard of an angel, or be judged unworthy by the stars themselves, as I bring this clash to its inevitable and decisive conclusion, Goku. Damn, this guy is like a battery, because he just doesn't seem to want to stop, Goku responds upon being shown narrowly avoiding Evalco's attack. But while it may in fact be true that I still don't possess the proper experience to wield such power as gracefully as you and Whis are able to go and do, Goku says, it'll only be a matter of time and effort in getting me better adjusted into using such angelic grace, where the gap between our experiences will soon come to a close, Evalco. To which it was only during this time, with Merlix having to observe closely alongside Cabix and Henix from the sidelines as Merlix went on to then further make her frustrations known, was when Merlix went on to then quickly respond,
Goku did take those punches like a G, bro. He took that side kick from Whis, and he took a knockout punch from Evalco, bro. Shows you that boy can take a punch, bro. But he got back up like, let's go. You feel me? That's one thing that I do like about Goku, bro. His determination to win, bro. And we need that in life sometimes. You feel me? But let's get back to it.
Oh, my head. So what's our next move here going to be? Because we can't just go and let him off the hook that quickly, with Cabix responding, "Now, while I would say for us to quickly regroup so that we may go and attack him once again, it is best for us to go and leave this in both Whis and Evalco's hands."
Yeah, hey, Pops came in here and showed me some new cologne, y'all.
Bruh.
Smell fire. You feel me? Gotta stay smelling good, looking fresh, man.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Gotta believe in yourself at all times. That's what Goku and them be doing. Let's get back to it, y'all.
Neither one of the three of us can go and compete against Goku while he is present within that angel form, Cabix says. But it was only just upon with Goku being shown having to momentarily backhand Evalco across the face, with Whis having to be shown having to quickly make his way from behind Goku yet again, was when Whis went on to then quickly respond, "Now, while I am glad to go and see that you are still willing and able to go and continue this contest here against us, despite and knowing the fact that you cannot hope to go and keep this momentum up for any longer than me and Evalco actually can," Whis adds, "being that it is within our natural capabilities as pure angelic beings to do so, you are to be reminded of the dangers that await for you, even if you are fully capable of holding your own against us for the time being, because despite with your flawless level of power and having to go and continue to be sharpened," Whis continues, "let us not go and forget about that painful moment of utter defeat when you had lost by a way of exiting the tournament realm when returning back to Earth the first time when you were involved in a contest of such magnitude that was similar to the tournament that is coming up, which is to say that this is exactly on why I have to ask you on."
And that's another thing too, bro, that I'm curious about. If Goku and Vegeta are training this hard and getting this strong, there's no telling how strong the 5 is getting. Let alone the other beings and other realms of fighters that's gonna be in the tournament. Bro, this gonna be insane, bro.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
Like, real talk, I really can't wait to see that, bro. That clash is going to be classical. Right now, Goku is really showing his skills. For one, to hold on to this form for so long, and you know how exhausted Goku get when he first learned the form. And that's what I'm thinking too. Like, how long between the time of the last tournament that he had with the 5 to now, how long is that time period? Because how long has he had this angel form? And, that time to practice, mastering this form. I'm just kind of curious on that. You know what I mean? But let's get back to it.
if you wish to repeat these very same mistakes again for a second time, Goku, because with everything it was that you had both seen and experienced when battling against the 4 out of the 5 strongest, with the Grand Minister being the only immovable obstacle, then do not go and make the same mistake to also forget about Vegeta here either, Goku, for he is far more than likely training with an equal or greater determination in his own relentless regimen with Lord Beerus as we speak, which is why failure is not to be considered as an option here moving forward, Goku, because should you go and find yourself in waging a battle, even if it's against Vegeta during this upcoming tournament prior to even facing off against the 5 strongest as you did before, Whis continues, then you must go on to remember that he is also preparing with a similar condition to victory as it is the one that we are trying to go and instill upon you while we're in this very realm alongside here with you, Goku. Then you must remember that he is also preparing with a similar condition to victory as it is the one that we are trying to instill upon you while you're in this very realm here alongside with us, Goku. And because the odds have been stacked so heavily against your favor, even when it involves in potentially finding yourself in battling against your very own ally in Vegeta during this upcoming Omniversal tournament, do not go and allow for the history of your previous mistakes when facing off against such insurmountable odds to be in what will break you, because just like Vegeta, Whis continues, alongside with Budo, Akuma, Yoshido, and Takira, you will need to go and be ready for everything and anything, which is why I will need for you to go and engage us far more aggressively while maintaining your calm and relaxed heart here against us, Goku. For the Omniversal tournament itself will hold no hesitation.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. In general, just trying to keep a pure heart and a calm soul, calm spirit while you in this type of battle is got to be difficult, bro. Just imagine yourself getting into an altercation with somebody, right? And you're trying to keep a calm heart and a calm spirit while you about to try to get at this cat.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
You know what I mean? Like, that's difficult, bro. Like, for real though, bro, because there's certain, in my eyes, this is just me, anger can give you certain things that calmness can't give you. And calmness can give you certain things that anger can't give you. You know, so you can learn from everything. You can get something from everything. But fighting in this style right here is got to be one of the most difficult things to do, bro.
No. He's got a point.
Because just controlling your emotions alone is a difficult task. And y'all know I ain't lying, bro. Real talk. But let's get back to it.
Once it is set to begin, and when it does, the gravity of this event cannot be overstated enough, Whis continues, as it will ultimately go and decide the Omniverse's power hierarchy with certainty, and repeating your defeat against the 5 strongest warriors is an outcome that you cannot simply go and continue to ignore. But the question here, Whis continues, is how hard are you actually willing to go and fight in order for that to not be the outcome, Goku? But then, it was only just upon with Goku now having to realize the gravity of the situation in doing exactly what Whis had instructed, in having to now fight far more ferociously than how he was shown in having to do just moments ago, was when Goku then went on to attack Whis by then responding, "You aren't going to go and get inside of my head that easily, because I know what you're trying to do and it isn't going to work here, Whis, and no matter what it takes and no matter who they wind up in having to stack in front of me, I will find a way to win no matter how much it's going to end up in costing me," with Whis having to then respond, "Well, now this was the level of focus and ferociousness that I have been looking to go and draw back out of you here, Goku. And so now that you are finally getting far better adjusted in wielding your angelic power on a far more capable level," Whis continues, "let us now continue so that we may go and see on just how far you are able to hold out against us this time around." To which all the while, in the meantime, during these very moments when then having to venture on back within the realm of the gods and seeing as to how Vegeta was now waging his conflict and battle against God of Destruction Hawkus, was when Vegeta went on to then address Hawkus by quickly responding, "What's the matter, Destroyer? Not winning as easily as you thought before deciding to ambush me? Well, you better start getting used to it, because it'll only go and continue to get worse for you from here on, the longer that you go and stand in direct opposition here against me." But then, it was only just as Hawkus was quickly showing...
Hey, Unreal and Gaming, bro, I just want to give you props, and I want to thank you for giving Vegeta what he deserves, bro.
It is time to take back what is mine. I will not live my life as your second.
Because this man then worked his A off, bro. Like, seriously, worked hard, bro, and the results just wasn't matching, bro. In the main series, it just don't match to me. It don't make sense in my mind.
Damn!
You know, but you actually gave Vegeta his flowers in this storyline, bro, and I appreciate that, bro. But this version of Vegeta I like the most, bro, because he's relentless. You know what I mean? He just don't give up. You know what I'm saying? And for that, bro, having this destroyer form matches his personality perfectly, bro. You know, and I wonder how he go do against these. I don't want to call them ancient guys. I think that's what they are, though. You know, so if I messed up, my bad. But the ancient gods, you know, I wonder what type of fight he go put up. You know, I know that Beerus' father ain't go fight him. You know what I mean? But the other ones, though, I know go give Vegeta a run for his money. You know, but he go find a way to get stronger, just like Goku, bro. They're geniuses when it comes to fighting, bro. But let's get back to it.
And having to reverse the battle, and now being shown rapidly attacking Vegeta just before having to be shown making his way and having to send Vegeta flying up towards the sky was when Hawkins went on to attack Vegeta by quickly responding, "You should be wise to know when to speak, Saiyan, because the more that I continue to go and engage myself here against you, then the quicker I am starting to now realize on exactly why Beerus had went and taken a liking to you, Vegeta, and being that you are just as dense-minded as he is," Hawkins continues, barring the difference in your power when compared to his very own, "you will come to go and find out that you will not be going and getting past me as easily as you may have assumed that I was going to be, and the price for such mortal ignorance such as this is going to be paid by a way of your destruction, Saiyan." To which it was only just then within these very moments as Hawkins was shown in having to create a whirlwind of gust that sent Vegeta flying up towards the sky as Belmont went on to observe this alongside with the other gods of destruction was when Champa went on to then quickly respond, "Hey, I remember that technique that Hawkins is about to go and use on Vegeta. Hey, Beerus, do you see that? You see that, don't you? Because if you remember what Hawkins is about to go and use on your students, then victory is at last going to be near for us after."
Hey, Champa is something else, though, bro. Him and Beerus just be in competition for no reason, bro. Even when they supposed to be working together, bro, they still in competition, bro. It amazes me, bro. And they be roasting each other, bro. We have to be weak. But Champa really be getting that Beerus, bro. And Beerus, lightweight, be nonchalant about the whole situation sometimes. Unless Champa get under his skin. And we all seen that happen before. But let's get back to it.
After all, with Belmont responding, I wouldn't go and celebrate here so soon until the job here of defeating Vegeta is complete, Champa. And especially since all you did was sit around and watch this entire process take place from the sidelines, Destroyer, with an agitated but yet confident Champa responding, "Yeah, well that's because I'm not as foolish to go and engage against the psychopaths such as Vegeta as the rest of you are willing to go and do, and so yes," Champa continues, "as I have no doubt that what is about to go and take place here will be the closing moments of your students' rebellion here against us, Beerus, and so in your face," with Hawkins having to then respond, "Strength alone can only go and take you so far in any conflict that you end up in finding yourself being placed within, as your lack of speed when compared to my own makes the final blow that much more impossible for you to be able to go and make here against me, and as I plan to hereby go and end your struggles here on my terms and my terms alone, Vegeta. And as great as you may have been in your battles against the gods thus far, this will be as far as I will allow for you to go, Saiyan." To which it was only within these very moments now, seconds after the fact with Hawkins being shown having to unleash his whirlwind of destruction attack and being shown having to eclipse Vegeta whole from above, was when Beerus went on to then further observe this battle from the sidelines by responding, "Oh, you better had went and found a way to survive that if you know what's best for you here, Vegeta." To which it was only seconds after the fact with Hawkins now being shown having to mitigate the situation by seeing if Vegeta was actually fully defeated or not was when Hawkins then went on to quickly respond, "Now, although an attack of that magnitude would have annihilated any opposing force who would have wished to have waged a battle to the death here against me, why is it that I am still able to sense a thickness that is present near and around my surroundings?" Hawkins then begins to further question, "And since I don't see his corpse and having to go and make its way back down, did the whirlwind fail to penetrate his
That move was raw, though, bro, because he pretty much trapped Vegeta in one little area so that way he couldn't get away, and then hit him with probably his strongest attack. That's one technique right there, bro. And it's smart thinking especially when it comes to fighting, especially when a person is fast and can dodge and get away from certain situations. If you entrap them, you give yourself more of an opportunity to win that fight. And that's pretty much what he did, bro. He did a great job at that, but I don't think he got Vegeta.
You serious?
Let's get back to it.
Fences? No, but I felt the impact, Hawkins then went on to continue to say to himself, where I was able to go and hear his bones slowly begin to crack, but why can't I go and confirm the kill unless he, but then, it was suddenly just then within these very moments now with Mastered Ultra Ego Vegeta being shown having to re-enter the battle and reappearing by being shown knocking Hawkins away was when another god of destruction that went by the name of Lord Titanus first went on to then observe with Moltes Prime by responding, so the Saiyan was actually fast enough to escape and find his way around and bypassing Lord Hawkins' whirlwind of destruction attack. Now, was he? Interesting, but how is it that such a small mortal man like him is able to go and contend against some of the most dangerous gods of destruction and continue to be able to breathe to tell the story? Titanus questions, as this stirs an annoying curiosity deep within my determination for why, by the erased voids of the forgotten universes, has Beerus suddenly decided to go and care so profoundly about this warrior. Titanus continues, where I must go on to ask, on what secret agenda does your son pursue that demands this level of investment in a Saiyan who is shown in having to be able to go toe-to-toe with some of our most...
It shows you too that they are some special beings for these higher level beings to take so much of an interest in them, even though we know that the Omni tournament is pushing them to do this because their life is on the line.
Your rent's due, mother.
But for the fact that Beerus even start training from the gate shows you a little bit something of how special Vegeta really is and how Goku is special just as well, bro. Real talk. Just really think about that for a minute. Let's get back to it.
Dangerous destroyers, Venerable Prime, because with focused resolve I ask you, on what precise plans do both yourself along with Lord Beerus hold for Vegeta's remaining time here within the destroyer realm, especially now that he demonstrated the ability to face off and hold his own against some of the mightiest among us? Titanus continues, in going in turn what began as a training exercise into a genuine battle for supremacy, Venerable Prime, with Moltes Prime having to respond. Now, while I am able to see it as clearly as you are able to, witnessing the mortal go and continue to grow more and more comfortable when facing off against destroyers such as ourselves by engaging them the way that he has thus far, since Beerus would never willingly go and admit to the fact, but I am sure that one of the many reasons as to why this is the case between them, Moltes continues, is due to the fact that it is more than likely that Beerus not only sees a part of himself with Vegeta from a warrior's perspective when reflecting upon his performance, but with this upcoming so-called Omniversal tournament being hosted by the Omni Kings, then I am confident to say that Beerus also knows that it'll be Vegeta who will more than likely.
So obviously not all the gods of destructions know about this tournament, because if they did, they wouldn't be asking certain questions like this. So it kind of brings up an interesting idea, bro, that maybe some of these gods of destruction are not connected to Zeno at the moment, or these certain gods of destruction are not being called on for this tournament. So that's very interesting, bro. And for there to be a whole realm of just destroyer gods, that makes sense. I think that can actually work, especially in the series, because we don't even know where Beerus and them came from. We don't know none of their backstories or how they even became a god of destruction. We don't even know the process of becoming a god of destruction. I mean, we know tits a little bit, because they mention certain things in the storyline, but we really don't know, though. But let's get back to it.
Be the one to supersede him during this event if they are to go and find themselves in having a battle against one another, Moltes Prime continues, and with only one more month remaining for him within the Destroyer realm before he must go and return to the lower planes for Lord Zeno's upcoming tournament, Moltes continues, I am to ask for you to go and remain by my side as we observe precisely on how this battle with Lord Hawkins unfolds, as both Beerus and myself have already resolved to go and do the absolute most that we can in strengthening Vegeta for as far as we can possibly possibly push him before he is to be summoned, as we are to subsequently go and spare no effort while Vegeta is to remain here with us, Titanus Moltus continues. For his trials, while given his remaining time here with us, will only go and continue to intensify that much more until we are to know that he is fully refined enough to go and compete within this upcoming event, and we are to continue to exercise the most that we can hope to get out of Vegeta, which is why I will need for you to go and remain where you are until I am to say otherwise, as it was only right then and there now during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball...
Wee! Man, they gonna be ready for this tournament, bro. You know what I mean? And I know, like I said, that tournament is gonna be super exciting, bruh. Super exciting, bruh. You know what I mean? With all them fighters and them levels of power, I'm wondering who gonna put up the most fight for this Goku and Vegeta. Is it gonna be Brawly and Gohan? Ooh. Bruh. It's getting real good, man. It's getting real good. But that's it for the video today, you guys. I want to thank y'all, man, for coming by and checking out content with us today. Yeah, we had a good time today, man. That was a good video. You know, I really appreciate y'all. Real talk, man. You got to always remember one thing, though, y'all. And you know what it is. Believe in yourself. Because ain't nobody else gonna do it, bruh. Don't forget to subscribe. But that's it for me, y'all. Deuces.
I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for.